On the morning of July 30th, 2001, friends of Janine Sanchez-Harms grew alarmed when she didn't show up for work. She wasn't answering her phone, which had been deactivated, and her car, a black Ford Mustang, sat untouched outside her duplex in Los Gatos, California. Inside her home, everything looked almost too tidy. There were no signs of a struggle, no fingerprints, not even Janine's own. But several things were missing. Her cell phone, purse, car keys, 2 couch cushions, a slipcover and a red and blue Persian-style rug. To investigators, it looked like whoever had been there knew exactly what they were doing. Janine was born June 10th, 1959 in Los Gatos, California, and raised nearby in Campbell by her parents Jess and Geet Sanchez, along with 2 older brothers, Craig and Wayne. After earning a bachelor's degree in liberal arts from San Jose State University, she worked as a purchasing manager at a tech company called Amdahl Corporation. In the mid-1990s, she married a man named Randy, but the marriage eventually fell apart. By 2000, they had separated, and Janine had moved out. She spent a year living with friends before renting a small duplex in Los Gatos, a fresh start after a painful divorce. Now single and ready to rebuild her social life, Janine often went out with friends, meeting people through bars and casual gatherings. She was outgoing, warm, and open to finding love again. On Friday, July 27th, 2001, Janine told her friends she had a date that evening with a man named William Alex Wilson, the owner of Wilson's Jewel Bakery in Santa Clara. She wasn't particularly excited about it. The two had met a few weeks earlier at a bar when Alex snatched one of her business cards as she tried to hand it to someone else. He had since called her repeatedly, enough that she'd stood him up once before. Feeling guilty, she agreed to reschedule, even though she described him as obnoxious and pushy. That night, she met friends at the Rock Bottom Brewery in Campbell before Alex arrived. She told them she planned to meet him briefly and then end things for good. According to Alex, he showed up 30 minutes late to their date and found Janine already talking with another man, a short, balding guy he didn't know. The 3 of them bar hopped together before returning to Rock Bottom around 10 p.m. Janine eventually invited both men back to her home. Alex said he declined, but the shorter man accepted. That man was later identified as Maurice Xavier Nasme, a local architect whose fingerprint was found on Janine's Mustang. He had a prior DUI arrest, which put his prints in the system. When questioned, Maurice confirmed he was the short, balding man Alex had described, and told police his version of the night. Maurice said he followed Janine to her duplex in his Jeep Grand Cherokee, thinking Alex would meet them there. They stopped briefly at a Jiffy Market just 750 feet from her home and bought a 6-pack of Heineken. At the house, they each drank a beer, smoked marijuana, and listened to music while Janine played guitar. Around 12:30 or 1 a.m., Maurice claimed he left, saying Janine was half asleep on her couch as he walked out. But that story didn't quite line up. A neighbour reported hearing a loud percussive sound around midnight, right when Maurice said he was still there. The neighbour also saw a man, short, balding, about 40 years old with a moustache, drive away from Janine's duplex shortly after. The description matched Maurice perfectly. Police suspected Maurice had killed Janine and wrapped her body in the missing Persian rug. But without a body or solid physical evidence, they couldn't arrest him. 2 years later, in July 2003, investigators released an image of the missing rug to the public. That led to a major break. A woman came forward saying she and her daughter had found a similar rug behind a shopping centre on Lee and Hillsdale Avenues back in 2001, about 6 miles from Maurice's home. When police recovered it, the rug showed the same burn marks on its tassels as Janine's. Tests later found that fibres from Maurice's Jeep matched both the Persian rug and a latch hook rug Janine had been making at home. With fibre evidence linking Maurice to Janine's home, police finally arrested him in December 2004, charging him with murder.
There is no innocent explanation for those 27 fibers being in the back of Maurice Nasme's Jeep Cherokee.
But the case unravelled in court. The state's fibre analyst had failed proficiency tests, forcing prosecutors to retest everything. Delays piled up, and in 2007, a judge dismissed the case because Maurice's right to a speedy trial had been violated. Prosecutors planned to refile charges once new results came back, but that chance would never come. In January 2011, Janine's brother Wayne Sanchez spotted Morris at a Red Robin restaurant in West San Jose. Nearly a decade had passed since his sister vanished. Wayne confronted Morris, left, retrieved a firearm and returned minutes later. He found Morris again at a nearby Pete's Coffee, told Morris's date to move aside and shot him once, killing him instantly. Wayne then turned the gun on himself in the parking lot. 7 months after the shooting, in August 2011, the results of the retested fibers came back. They matched Janine's rugs exactly, confirming what investigators had long believed. Maurice Nasmeh had killed Janine Harms and disposed of her body. Janine's remains were never found, but police officially closed the case. It was a tragic ending all around. A woman looking for love vanished, a suspected killer went unpunished until his final moments, and a grieving brother took justice into his own hands.